Hello and welcome to my first math video. Here we're going to look at synthetic division, which is another way to do long division with algebraic expressions, but it's quicker to do so than long division using algebra. So the way we set this up is we use an upside down long division box. Just turn it upside down. So what we're going to put here is the divisor, which is this. What we're going to put here is the dividend, which is that. Let's start with the divisor. Notice that we have x minus 3. We're going to take the constant term minus 3 and change its sign. So this negative 3 becomes a positive 3. That's the key. Whatever sign this is, make this the opposite here. Take the coefficients of each term and put them down the way they are up top. So we have 1, 4, negative 8, and 9. Leave room at the bottom because we're going to put something in here in a minute. Okay, so that is the setup. First thing we have to do is to bring the leftmost digit straight down. Then we're going to multiply. 3 times 1 is 3. Put it in this slot right here. Once you have two numbers on top of each other, add them. Add. 7. Once you have a number down here, multiply. 3 times 7, 21. Add. So that's 13. 21 minus 8, 13. 3 times 13, 39. Add. And that gives us 48. So that's the computation part of the synthetic division. This number here on the right-hand side is the remainder, right here. And then working from right to left, each number we see represents a term in the algebraic expression. This is the constant term, x term, x squared term. So let's write these down here. Now notice that there's no negatives in front, which makes them positive by default. So this is the constant term, 13. Positive. Positive 7x. Positive x squared. So this here is our quotient, and that goes here in MyLab Plus. This system I'm using is MyLab Plus. We're going to put that there. The remainder is going to go here. So let me type that in and see if that's the right answer. X squared plus 7x plus 13. Remainder of 48. And there it is. Let's try one more problem. This one will be a little bit more difficult. Okay, let's try a little bit more difficult problem. So for this question here, this is our divisor, x plus 3, and then this is our dividend. Now notice in the dividend we're missing some terms. There's no constant term, there's no x squared term, and there's no x to the 4th term. We have to account for that when we set up the problem. It's the same procedure as far as the setup, an upside down division box. Since this number here is a positive 3, we're going to make it a negative 3 here as before. We start from here and we're going to write down all of the terms, including the missing terms. So starting with x to the fifth, the highest power, the coefficient is 1. We put that right here, 1. Then we're missing x to the fourth. So we have to put a 0 here. Next, it's x to the third term. The coefficient is -9. Now we're missing x squared, so that's got to be a 0 here. X to the first power, the coefficient is 2. And we're also missing the constant, so we have to put a 0 here. Okay, so that's the setup. The procedure is the same as the previous problem. We start by bringing this first number down below this line. And then we're going to multiply. -3 times 1 is -3. Put it in this empty space here. When you have two numbers on top of each other, you're going to add. This gives us -3. Then we're going to multiply. -3 times -3 is a +9. Add. 0 times -3, 0. Add. 0 times -3 is 0. Add. -3 times 2 is -6. Add. Okay, so this rightmost number here is our remainder. It's our remainder. And then each number here represents the highest power. So this is going to be our constant, which is basically x to the 0 right here. This is x to the first power, x to the second power, x to the third power, x to the fourth power. So let's write our answer right down here, our final answer. We have a constant of +2. It's a +2. +2. This x to the first term is not there. It's 0. We leave it out. We leave this out. But we do have something here. We have a -3 as a coefficient. So we bring that down, -3 x cubed. Then here we have a +1. So this is just x to the fourth. Okay, so this here is our quotient. It's our final answer, and we'll smash these together when we put it in our answer box. But this is the quotient, and this is the remainder. So let's put it in the system and check and see if that is indeed correct. X to the fourth minus 3x to the third plus 2, and a remainder of -6. And that is correct. So hopefully you learn how to do synthetic division using these examples. If you like the video, please write your comments below. And if you want to be kept up to date with new videos as I post them, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Bye.